Former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez has received another delay in setting the trial date for his attempted murder charges in Santa Clara County, California. The request for postponement, made by Velasquez's attorney Renee Hessling, was granted by Judge Pantiha Sabin. The new trial date setting is scheduled for August 2nd, marking the third requested delay. Velasquez, now 40 years old and retired from fighting, is facing multiple charges following an alleged 11-mile high-speed chase in February. The pursuit occurred as Velasquez was reportedly chasing a car containing Harry Goulardi, who was accused of molesting Velasquez's son at a daycare facility owned by his mother. During the chase, Velasquez allegedly fired multiple rounds from a handgun, with one bullet striking Goulardi's stepfather, Paul Bender, resulting in non-life-threatening injuries. After being arrested without incident, Velasquez was charged with attempted premeditated murder and spent 8 months behind bars. However, he was granted release on a $1 million bond in November, following multiple bail denials. Since his release, Velasquez has been allowed to participate in professional wrestling events and other charity functions. If convicted on all charges, Velasquez could potentially face a life sentence in prison. The trial date delay grants more time for legal proceedings and preparations before the case moves forward. Themba Gorimbo's victory at UFC Vegas 73 held a deeper significance for him than just a triumph inside the octagon. Prior to his second UFC appearance, Gorimbo had a mere $7 in his bank account. His journey to this point had been extraordinary, as he shared his remarkable backstory of losing his parents at 13, engaging in blood diamond smuggling at 16, and ultimately fleeing Zimbabwe to South Africa before discovering MMA. "I've been broke. I came to America 7 weeks ago without money. I only had enough money to fly, get to the airport, go to the gym, stayed at the gym, and then a friend sent me $200. Preparing for the fight without a team or training facility, Gorimbo found solace at MMA Masters in Miami. He slept on a couch in the gym leading up to the bout, highlighting the financial hardships he faced with a wife and family back home. However, during this challenging time, Gorimbo received support from his teammates and training partners at MMA Masters, including Colby Covington. H is such a great guy. Sometimes, Colby Covington would bring me food at the gym. And people say what they want about him, but that guy is a great man. You have to know him to really know him, just like me." For Gorimbo, winning the fight was not only about establishing himself as a UFC fighter, but also about improving his financial situation. The victory brought a sense of relief and opportunity for a brighter future. His remarkable journey, both inside and outside the cage, is a testament to his resilience and determination. Khamzat has shed light on his anticipated return to the octagon and expressed his desire to face Usman, with hopes of retiring the former welterweight champion. "The UFC told us we're going to fight in Abu Dhabi, so that's why I'm waiting for. I'm already here. I'm here in Dubai, living here. Training camp, everything is good, so I've been in shape a long time ago. Usman wants to fight. I make his last fight, and he wants money. He knows where is the money. Everyone knows the money. Now I'm going to fight this guy in Abu Dhabi and smash his face, finish him, then they have to give me that title shot. It's no money fights anymore, it's only me." Khamzat's career has been in a state of uncertainty since his last fight against Kevin Holland at UFC 279 on September 10, 2022, where he secured a first-round submission victory. Originally scheduled to face Nate Diaz, Khamzat had to change opponents due to weight issues, prompting UFC President Dana White to suggest a move to the middleweight division. Despite being open to a weight class change and receiving a call-out from middleweight Marvin Vettori, Khamzat found it challenging to secure a fight. Plans for a potential matchup against Paulo Costa at middleweight fell through, with Costa now set to face Ikram Aliskerov at UFC 291. However, former welterweight champion Usman has now called out Khamzat, and the Swedish fighter is eagerly awaiting the UFC to confirm the fight for UFC 294 later this year. He revealed on his YouTube channel that the UFC wants him to compete at UFC 294, taking place on October 21st at the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. Joaquin Buckley has shared details about his recent interaction with Logan Paul. After returning to the 170 pounds division and securing a second-round TKO win over Andre Filhao, Buckley drew attention for his playful use of a bottle of Prime Hydration, an official sports drink of the UFC co-founded by Logan Paul and KSI. Logan Paul responded lightheartedly to Buckley's post-fight antics. However, during the post-fight press conference, Buckley promptly apologized for his behavior. In a recent interview with the Schmo, Buckley confirmed that he has been in talks with Logan Paul since their initial interaction. When asked about rumors of a potential partnership between them, Buckley hesitated to provide a definite confirmation, but acknowledged that discussions were taking place. The nature and extent of their talks were not disclosed in the interview. Buckley's conversation with Logan Paul comes after both individuals have ventured into different combat sports realms beyond their respective origins. While the exact details of their discussions remain unknown, it seems that Buckley and Logan Paul are exploring potential opportunities or collaborations. UFC President Dana White has expressed his willingness to make a potential fight between Tyson Fury and Jon Jones happen in the UFC. The idea of this matchup emerged after a heated exchange between Fury and Jones on social media, triggered by comments from podcaster and UFC commentator Joe Rogan. White firmly supported Jones as the reigning baddest fighter, dismissing any doubts about his skills. While acknowledging the possibility of clickbait surrounding the situation, White offered to arrange the fight if Fury genuinely desires it. If Tyson Fury really wants to fight Jon Jones in the UFC, I will make it happen. Here's my thing right now to Tyson Fury. Tyson, if you're serious, let me know. Tyson and I have a good relationship. I like Tyson Fury. White also mentioned his positive relationship with Fury, indicating a potential path to making the fight a reality. Fury, a popular target for mixed martial artists, has previously engaged in altercations with UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou and expressed interest in facing former UFC champions Miocic and Junior Dos Santos. When asked about his prediction for a Fury vs. Jones showdown, White emphasized the need to move beyond mere talk and make it happen. Drawing on his experience with arranging a bout for Floyd Mayweather, White signaled his readiness to negotiate if Fury is serious about fighting Jones in the UFC. Jan Blachowicz is set to make his return to the UFC with high stakes on the line. The former light heavyweight champion has received a promising guarantee from the promotion. Since losing the title to Glover Teixeira, Blachowicz has remained undefeated in 2 fights, including a TKO victory against Alexander Rakic. In his first fight of 2023, Blachowicz will face Alex Pereira, a newcomer to the light heavyweight division who previously held the championship at 185 pounds. Despite a controversial draw against Ankalaev, Blachowicz has stayed within reach of another title shot. Blachowicz has revealed that a win over Pereira at UFC 291 will secure him that opportunity. If successful, he could potentially face either current champion Jamal Hill or former divisional title holder Yuri Prochaska, who are expected to compete for the belt later this year. I believe, thanks to Alex and me, we do our fight and will move forward. One of us after this fight, I think that we're gonna have the title shot. For sure I am. If I win the fight, my next fight will be for the title, so I'm just happy because it's a big motivation for me. However, before thinking about future matchups, Blachowicz needs to focus on his upcoming battle against Pereira on July 29th in Utah. The outcome of this fight will determine whether he can continue his quest for another shot at the light heavyweight title. The stakes are high. and Blachowicz aims to seize the opportunity and prove his worth in the division once again. In 2022, the UFC reportedly outperformed all other MMA and boxing promotions combined in terms of financial success. Since Endeavor took majority ownership in 2016, the company has experienced significant growth, featuring popular fighters like Conor McGregor and Israel Adesanya. The UFC streaming deal with ESPN, worth $1.5 billion over 5 years, has played a crucial role in their success. However, this deal is set to expire in 2024, leading the company to seek new contract negotiations or a new platform. During the pandemic, the UFC stood out by holding events earlier than other sports organizations, further contributing to their financial prosperity. Bloody Elbow's John Nash has observed the substantial financial growth of the UFC, with the company generating $1.14 billion in revenue since the takeover. Compared to competitors such as Bellator and Professional Fighters League, the UFC has surpassed them in terms of profitability. Even one of the prominent boxing promotions, Matchroom Boxing, earned around $14 million in profits, while the UFC reported $387 million in profit for the previous year. This indicates that the UFC's profits likely exceed the combined profits of all MMA and boxing promoters. As the UFC continues to plan significant events in 2023, including potential matchups like Jon Jones versus Miocic and Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, the company is also exploring new streaming deals that could surpass the ESPN agreement. However, criticisms regarding fighter treatment and pay persist, despite the UFC's financial success.